Hi everybody, this is Ubay Zul, chairman of the Chess Academy. We're welcoming you today. This is our second day of the seminar, but officially it's the first day. Today we are going to start with the international organizer and the FIDE lecturer, Mr. Mahdi Abdolrahim from UAE. At the same time, he's the chairman of the FIDE Rules Commission, along with other positions, chess positions, which he holds. So I will leave you now with Mr. Mahdi Abdolrahim to start this IO seminar, which gives the norm for the IO title for anyone who passes the exam at the end by next. So Mr. Mahdi, now you may start.
Thank you, Mr. Ubay. Thank you, everybody, for attending our seminar. Our rules is must everybody be on mute, and if you have any questions, send by chat. And when I finish my subject, after the end, I will give you a break. Maybe after break we answer, or keep it in the last break. So answer for all questions. As you know, this seminar is conducted by the Tatweer Chess Academy, is organized in cooperation with the FIDE Events Commission. And from 6 to 15 May, we divide to 2 weeks. The student who successful pass the course will receive a special norm from this event seminar, which calling International Organizer Norm. And the organizing committee grants certificates of the participant to all students in the course. So everybody you have, from you will get certificate. This from the organizer, from Tatweer Chess Academy, and the successful passing the exam person will get certificate from the Events Commission. The course venue via Zoom platform, and my name Mahdi Abdolrahim from UAE, chairman of Arbiters Commission of Asian Chess Federation and chairman of Rules Commission of FIDE. When you talk about the organizer, so we have to know this is organized by FIDE Events, and FIDE Events they have their authority for set up the calendar for FIDE, all official calendar set up and organized by the FIDE Events Commission. So we have events regulation, we have mission of this commission, members, and the calendar administrator, annual planner, and bids deposit. And if you want to organize any official events, FIDE events, we have to go for the bids. There will be deposit for this bids. A fee you has to pay, and they have condition how to get this bids and organize the event. An official FIDE competition, event management. I will talk about standard of chess materials and regulation for the FIDE events, and rating regulation, title regulation, and online hybrid chess and regulation. So events regulation, FIDE general regulation for the competition, approved by the 1986.
The screen is not appearing.
Huh? Ubay, you calling me?
Yes, the screen share, it's a black screen now.
You cannot see my screen?
No, suddenly it disappeared on the screen now.
Okay, what about
now it's
other?
okay. Now it's okay. Now it's okay.
Maybe for you, with you, maybe others can see. Okay, this regulation approved by the 1986 in Chess Olympiad, during Chess Olympiad in Dubai General Assembly, then 2007 Presidential Board, amended by the 1989, then in Chess Olympiad 1992, then 1993, then 1994 until 2018. Then General Assembly and Executive Board preferred all the chess competition shall be played according to the FIDE laws of chess. So FIDE General Regulation, what he sent. Okay, don't send any message, please, at the moment, even I go out of the screen. The FIDE General Regulation for competition shall be used in conjunction with the laws of chess and shall apply to all official FIDE competition. If you not use FIDE laws of chess, so this cannot be rated tournament, cannot give any title. So this rule shall also be applied to all FIDE rated competition, amended where appropriate. So to get your norm, you have to be one of active, an official person or VIP or manager or anything in the tournament. In this case, the tournament must be titled before they consider as a rating only. It's enough now, must be titled. This means competition give a norm for international master, for grandmaster, for woman grandmaster, woman international master. This is called title event. Otherwise, if not title event, so cannot give this norm. Even the 1,000 person people participate in this event, if there is nothing give title, so they cannot consider at the events, international event. The organizer competition and arbiters involved in any competition are expected to be acquainted with this rule before the start of the competition. So when we mention the rules and we mentioned our chess competition regulation, we cannot later soon after one round, we cannot change this rule or any part of the rules. We have to continue until end. In these rules, the word he, him, and he shall be considered to include she and her. But now, in FIDE Council meeting in Abu Dhabi 2 weeks ago, they removed the word him, his, just we keep he only. So only at the new regulation now, the word will be only he, and this he shall be considered to include she and her. So you can say he, not calling she or him or her. National laws of the hosting country take also. So we have a scope where an event has two situations not covered by the international rule. This rule shall be considered to be definitive. This rule applies to the following level of the competition. As you know, we have different type of level of competition. We have level 1, level 2, and level 3. And the highest level is level 1 with a grandmaster more than 2,660. And we have level 2, and we have level 3, which is the normal competition, or anyone has rating. So level 1 official FIDE event, C handbook and section B regulation for specific competition, world championship, chess Olympiad, continental championship, and so on. So level 2 is competition where FIDE title and title norm can be earned according to the FIDE handbook. So only level 1, as mentioned here, this for official FIDE official events like chess Olympiad, World Championship, World Cup Championship, Women Championship, and any related to the world cycle. And level 2 competition title for FIDE title, such as Continental, Asian, Arab Championship, Zonal Championship, American, African, this all championship, Continental, they give title. So when they give a title, so the can be a good even norm for IO. Event regulation for the level 3 FIDE rated competition. This is only for FIDE rated competition according to the FIDE handbook, FIDE rating regulation. This competition rule may contain regulation defined by the other FIDE commissions, which are listed in the FIDE handbook. Well, if you have a time, you can go to FIDE website and read FIDE handbook. There's 1,000 pages, so if you want to know about each part, you can go to handbook and check. But I cannot tell you everything about handbook. This take me 1 year. Chess, the chief organizer. Here abbreviation is CO, meaning chief organizer. The Federation of Administrative Body responsible. So this meaning organizer is responsible for the organization of the competition, may entrust the technical organization to chief organizer. He together, so chief organizer with organizer of event together with the federation or organizing body may obtain an organizing committee to be responsible for all financial, technician, and all organization matter. So they create some groups or some committees, and each committee they have responsibilities such as transportation committee, or can say maybe for reception, for the accommodation. So different type committee will be. They make easy to serve the participants or delegation for this event. And other rules hereunder may be applied also to the role of the chief organizer. He and his chief arbiter, so they together must work closely in order to ensure the smooth running of an event. Okay, yesterday Mr. Obay was asking me what's the difference between chief arbiter and organizer. The organizer and chief arbiter, they work together, but each one has own job, on duty, on rules. But at the end, they work together. Then we have the chief organizer is responsible in particular for preparation of the regulation of the event, and event organizer publish on the Rules Commission website, and anti-cheating must be their anti-cheating staff with their equipment, and must be their dress code regulation for the event, must be mentioned what type of dress a player has to wear. Arbiter sometimes ask for arbiter to wear black suit or something like this. So they have dress code. They mention all in the regulation competition, and appropriate regulation registration of the tournament. So in advance, they create the website, and via this website, all participants they register. For example, in Chess Olympiad, oncoming Chess Olympiad, which will be held in India, in Chennai, so from 28th July until 10 August. So already now they make some committees, and they call some arbiters, match arbiters, and sector arbiter, and deputy arbiter, and chief arbiter. So all match arbiter, they belong to the FIDE Arbiters Commission. They nominate, they select the arbiter from different continental. Something about 80 arbiter, they will select it, and the organizer itself from India will be something about 100 arbiter or more. And FIDE Academy, FIDE President, Mr. Academy Dorkovich, he authorized to nominate, appoint 15 arbiters, top level arbiters, such as chief arbiter, 2 deputies, 1 for men, 1 for women, and another 12 sector arbiters. So 15 arbiters, they belong to Arcadi, and others belong to FIDE Arbiters Commission. The system was changed. Before, the FIDE was giving authority for continental. Each continental, they given between 10 and 12 to nominate. So now, no more from continental nomination, only from FIDE Arbiters Commission. Registration will be via online for all panels, for all participation, the participation of the this event, such as arbiters, players, team captain, head delegation, and member of FIDE Commission, because during the Chess Olympiad, there will be Congress, there will be General Assembly, there will be election every 4 years, there are elections, so election for new board members of FIDE will be during last day, maybe in 6 or between 6 and 8 August will be election. So even we have media regulation for media who's allowed to enter to the tournament hall, who has authority to take photographer picture, use his camera, who's not. So even supervision, the work for the technical stuff of the competition. Even you know, we need according to the official FIDE events, all events will be running with the electronic chessboard and pieces. So for that, they have their technical staff. They're going 1 month before to set up all chessboard, cables, everything to be sure before round 1, 3 days before round 1, everything is set up well and will work perfectly without any problem. And preparation for the playing hall and chess equipment, also according to the FIDE handbook, and equipment and tournament video for FIDE tournament, if possible. Separate area outside of the playing area shall be provided where smoking is permitted. So in like Chess Olympiad, also we have 2 different sections. One section for open tournament, one section for women. And each section has sectors. So for that, you're calling sector arbiter. So in sector arbiter, you have belong to each sector between 10 to 15 arbiter or more, sometimes 20 arbiters, depend on number of participating team. It is expected this year in India, because in the middle of the world, India may be reached to 180 for men and 150 for women, and in this case it will be more than 300 teams time 5 players, 4 players, and plus 1 reserve. So with the team captain, head delegation, and company people and trainers, and see how many more than 5,000 people will be in Chess Olympiad. This shall be easily acceptable from the playing area if local ordinance totally prohibits smoking on premise. As you know, the not allowed to bring your cigar, electronic cigar, you're not allowed to use, or smoking is permitted. But in such as even they keep some place, some rooms as an analyzing room, for checking 3-4 reputation, draw, and then for the smoking area, buffets and for rest. So this area sometimes also mentioned in chess events regulation, to people knows before to reach the tournament hall which is allowed, which this is allowed, which is not allowed. And if the smoker, we have some smoker, if you want to smoke, he has to go outside the venue or outside or some place they arrange it for the smoker. Even for toilet, must be toilet very close to the all players, not be that far. And at least will be 2 minutes walk from the venue to the toilet, 2 minutes to walk and come back other minutes. It shall be announced in the regulation of the event in advance. All games must be played in the playing area at the time specified in advance by the organizers, unless otherwise decided by the chief arbiter in consultation with the chief organizer, according to Article 4.4 for FIDE events level 1. So this is level 1 with 30 players or more. At any stage, a large digital timer or clock shall be installed in the playing hall. So because we're using in Chess Olympiad and FIDE official, we use electronic board. In this case, we have only to use chess clock, which is Digiti 3000. We have Digiti Excel, this is very old, 20 years old. Now we more using Digiti 3000. For FIDE events with fewer than 30 players, an appropriate announcement shall be made 5 minutes before the game due to start, and again 1 minute before the start of the game. So we have a system for calling players in such as events. We have to announce 5 minutes before by microphone, maybe some players outside the tournament hall. So we call, please come to tournament hall. We will start in few minutes. So this is 5 minutes before. Then once the people or players come to their chair and sit, now we have announced there are 1 minute remaining. So 1 minute to start the game. This means in this 1 minute, all players sit in his place in the chair and shake hands with his opponent, then waiting for start the game. Scheduling, this event commission, they have mission. The mission is scheduling and monitoring of the annual bid procedures for FIDE events. Other than, we have guidelines for the organizer seminars Untitled, then and recommended guidance for the calendar administrator regulation and calendar planner, that have recommended guidelines for the rules for the registration, the transfer, for example, from hotel to the tournament hall, or from airport to the hotel to the tournament hall, and for participation, and recommend guidelines for the financial regulation on registration for the participating. They mention for each team member how much cost. For example, for transportation, 100 euro for each member. If I have one team participating in Chess Olympiads, so one team, we have 5 players with the team captain, with head delegates, so maybe with trainer, 8 people. So 8 times 100 euros, so they have to pay 100 euro, 800 euro, so 100 for each, 800 euro for transportation only. Sometimes also you have to pay for others. Recommend guidance for the financial, and we have guidance for the regulation for all FIDE events. So here we have also schedule. I will show you later soon. For each event, they will have to pay the bids, the amount of the, so I will show you what figure, what amount we have to pay for each event. So we have here, I don't know, this link is working. Okay, this is FIDE calendar. We go to the calendar. First of all, the member of Events Commission this is Events Commission. The chairman is Oscar from Turkey, Secretary Kadimova Ilaha from Azerbaijan. Then we have the counselor, one counselor, Karelo Jos. We have Hamad Tamimi from Qatar. We have Jos Junkwera for also counselor. They have Murad, I don't know from which country, Kadrali, maybe from Uzbekistan. Then we have competition chess director. We have Salvador Andre, and member we have Jaquiz. Then we have member Gomez. Then other member we have Zandos and so on. This all member of Events Commission. So okay, Lara, she's very famous, Lara, and she's good arbiter, very, very good arbiter. And Li Qimin, this from China, Saud Muhammad from Emirates, and Zarza Ronald, and we have Rita. These all members in FIDE Events Commission. The calendar, they are responsible for the calendar, for FIDE Events calendar. So this is FIDE Events calendar, starting with the world events, which is the official FIDE events. This all official FIDE events. The country of the organizer, they go for the bids before 2 years. It depends. Some events is even must be even year. Some event must be odd years. So, for example, this Panama, they went 2 years ago for a bids to organize World School Individual Championship. So must be from 10 June until 19 June. So maybe other countries went same. They want to organize same events. So in this thing, FIDE, they send their technician, their people, to inspection the place and see what condition each one give. Those give very good condition. So in this case, the bids go to that organizer. For example, maybe Panama, they give air ticket free, maybe give accommodation free, while Madrid only give air ticket free. For that, they go to for Panama and so on. For other events, like this system is work for nominate and take the bids for the event. This, we have candidate tournament and we have World Senior Championship, and this will be in Italy. Then Chess Olympiad for people with disabilities. This will be in India, but it's not mentioned which month. And 44th Chess Olympiad will be in Chennai from 28 July until 10 August. And the FIDE Women's Grand Prix, till now, no bids. Nobody went to organize. Still, bids is open. And World Youth under 18, 16, 18 in Namaya, Romania from 5th September. World Cadet under 8, 10, 12 Championship in Batumi, Georgia. World Youth under 16 Olympiad. This is under 16 Chess Olympiad. This will be in Azerbaijan, October. Then World Juniors under 20 Championship. This will be in Italy. World Amateur Championship in Malta. And we have FIDE World Team Championship in Jerusalem, Israel. We have World Senior Championship in Italy, and so on. This is all FIDE events. Then we have a Congress, which will be in Chennai during the Chess Olympiad from 31 July until 9 August. Then we have in calendar European events calendar, but the administrator, calendar administrator, and event commission is not responsible for the European events, but they are European continental. They send their plan, their schedule, their event to the FIDE, and they organize and put in the FIDE website. But they are not responsible for any change. But if the FIDE official event, yes, responsibility of the Events Commission. There will be some sanction for the organizer, or if not organized on time, they maybe they postpone to organize for more than 5-6. There's some sanction penalty they have to pay. So this is for European, and this is all for European calendar. See how long. And American events also, we have this calendar. For Asian events, we have the calendar. African events, we have then affiliated association event. There's affiliated. They have some federation like Arab Chess Federation, like IBCA and other. They have own competition. So this is regarding the calendar. So FIDE calendar administration annual planner, and the calendar administrator, CA, the abbreviation of calendar administrator, will plan and update 4 years. So this calendar, every 4 years, they update. Every 4 years. If you go back here, you can find, no, we are in 2022, no, 2023. If you go down, you can find world event to some events already booked. For example, in Egypt, Batumi, this all booked, but without date. And we have also for other continental. And if you go for 2024, at the moment, nothing, because they're waiting for the election, new member, and new bids. For that, we cannot find any event in 2024. They start from 2018 until 2022. So every 4 hours, they're updating the calendar for 4 years cycle for the FIDE calendar. He will consult the event commission and the commission for the World Championship and Olympiad. The chief administrator shall provide a schedule template for all FIDE events with assigned month and date. So the list of the events, FIDE official events, then there will be a month and date. So a country or federation or organizer who want to organize FIDE events, he has to mention which month, which year, which date they want to organize. Maybe some dates is not matching with some other event. Cannot be 2 official events in the same period FIDE calendar. And there will be bids, and the bids to the organizer, any FIDE event shall be based on the assigned month and date with the possible deviation of not more than 5 days before and not more than 5 days after. This is we calling as the green days. What's the green days? Once you mention about your organize, if you want to organize such as event, and you mention already date. For example, I want to organize from 10 to 20. Okay. After that, you decide, no, I will postpone, I will change, but instead to be from 10 to 20, I will make from 20 to 30. Okay, in this case, meaning you have more than 5 days, which is the green days, and you change the date. So for each 1 day change, you have to pay money, this calling penalty, because as you know, the regulation here said the possible deviation to not be more than 5 days before and not more 5 days after. During this period, we calling as a green days. So in green days change, if you want to change 2 days, 3 days, so no problem. For example, you from 10 to, instead to be from 10 to 20, you made from 13 to 23. So only 3 days you change it. There's no problem because still you are in the green days. Okay. If you pass this 5 days before or after, in this case, you have to pay some amount. So if the organizer of a FIDE event wishes to deviate from the stipulated period by more than 5 days, which is the green days, the organizer shall have to pay a calendar deviation fee of €500 per day. So if you You change 3 days, you have 3 times 500 euros, so you have to pay 1,500 euro because you change the date. If you change within green days, 5 days only, so no charge, is free. Okay, this is after green days. To FIDE, we have to pay for each day, we have to pay 500 euros. This shall be rewarded if there is not other bids. Okay, if there is not other bids. Sometimes FIDE council, the approved not charge to the organizer who change more than 5 days because nobody there to organize this event. For that, to make some exception. If there's other organizer, other federation want to organize same event, this case give sanction and maybe give the event to other option, other bidders. And so upon a successful bid for the FIDE event, the organizer shall pay the required deposit fee within 2 months. Okay, if you got the bids and you got successful and FIDE approved for your bids, okay, you emirate, you have a right now to organize World Championship under 12, for example. Okay, in this case, within 2 months, we have to give the deposit money or financial fees to the FIDE. So fees within 2 months of the decision had been announced. If this is not done, so FIDE reserves the right to annul the bids and to reopen the bidding. So he opened the bidding, reopened the bidding. So what about my money? I paid money for deposit fee that not refundable. So in this case, the not refundable deposit fee is not refundable for bids. So FIDE will go to open the bidding again to see who will go to organize this event. The World Championship cycle and the Chess Olympiad shall be exemption from this rule. This is normal, like World Chess Olympiad this year, supposed to be in Russia. So because of the war, now they shifted to the India. So they shifted within 3 months only. So in July, we have Chess Olympiad, very short time, but Indian, they were ready to organize. In this case, have exception and FIDE give to India. For calendar administrator and hour planner, once the FIDE event is awarded, the organizer may be defeat from its original date by not more than 2 days. So what does it say? No, as orange, this is no, but as orange. So FIDE, you successful, got the bids, you will go into the organized event. FIDE announced on their website, what I mean, announced on the calendar, FIDE calendar, they mention UAE, they were going to organize. So this is final. When they announce, meaning this is final, okay, nobody will organize, only UAE. But you came, so no, I want to change date, and instead to be 1 December, I will make 5 December. So you change it here. So in this case, the FIDE allowed you only within 2 days to go to change. So only more than 2 days, you have to pay money or plenty for each day, 2,000 euro. So you have, as I said, once a FIDE event is awarded, the organizer may defeat from its original date by not more than 2 days. Okay, if not more than 2 days, so want to do 2 days, here we call it orange days. There we call it green days, 5 days, because green days only still it was not confirmed. Okay, I'm going to organize, this is my date, then I change the date. So in the green date is different from orange date. Orange date, I already confirmed to organize. Everything is okay and published on FIDE website and ready to send invitation for all participants. But I decide for some reason to change the date of event 2 days. So if 2 days, this is in the orange days, so no charge. If was more than 2 days, here FIDE will penalize. So otherwise, the organizer shall be penalized with a calendar change fees of 2,000 euro per day after detecting the orange dates. So we see how many days I want to change. For example, I want to change 6 days. Okay, from calendar days, we have 2 days exception. So we reduce 2 days from 6, so we have to pay for 4 days penalty. Is it clear? So the FIDE allowed only to change 2 days after the publish in the FIDE calendar, the name of organizer, the date of organizer, date and start date, end date of the event. This publish in FIDE. So this meaning confirm. After confirmation and publish and announce in FIDE website, if you decide to change the date, only allowed you FIDE 2 days, no more than 2 days. This is called orange days. But I came, no, sorry, I want to change, I want to start after 5 days. So we have 2 days in orange days and extra 3 days out of orange days. So we give penalty to the organizer only 3 days because 2 days inside the orange days. So 3 days, we see how much per day. There's 2,000 euro per day after deducting the orange days. If is not paid within 6 months before the original start date, FIDE reserve the right to reopen the bidding for the event. So even that, after we announce, so we have 6 months, we have to pay for this penalties. So if we didn't pay, so FIDE has a right to take from you and give to other organizer to organize this event. An organizer who is required to pay a penalty may appeal to the Events Commission. Following the recommendation of the Event Commission, the Presidential Board shall make the final decision. Okay, maybe in some case happen, and for example, president of the country is passed away. Okay, it was supposed to organize event from 1st December. So in 1st December, pass away the president of the country, and they have 3 days stop working everywhere, or like became like holiday, we can say. So no more work in the country within these 3 days. So they have go to the appeals commission, and event commission have to check the reason why they're not going to organize on time, on same date, which original date. And if they accept the reason for that, and then in this case, there will be no charge for the organizer. The calendar shall include all FIDE and continental event. As I show you and mentioned the FIDE calendar, it was the official FIDE calendar and continental events, major invitational tournament and major international open may also be included on the request of the relevant organizer. All continental presidents shall plan their event on the basis that their event do not clash with the major FIDE events. So, for example, Asian Chess Federation, they have to see their plan calendar for 2022 and check, first of all, he has to check FIDE calendar if there is any match, any events running. So according to that, we plan our calendar to not clash with the FIDE calendar, because FIDE calendar is the most important thing, then the continental calendar, then affiliate calendar. So the presidential board reserve the right not to recognize event which clash with FIDE event. All national federation and major organizer should plan their event on the basis that their event do not clash with major FIDE or continental event. Even federation, local federation, national federation. If you want to organize such as, for example, final competition, final country event. So try to not organize and not clash with the continental event or with the FIDE official event. Maybe you have some player want to participate in this event while the competition of the country is important for him. He want to be champion of the country, but same time we have other competition events running the same period, for example, World Championship or Continental Championship, and he wants to participate, and in this case cannot manage which one you have to go for it. For that, the better the National Federation and should plan their event on the base that their event due to the clash, not the clash with the FIDE calendar. So you have to check always with the FIDE calendar and continental calendar. An event shall be listed on the calendar provided sufficient information such as date and venue. So important to be date and venue has been received by the calendar administrator at the appropriate time before the start of the event. So in addition, official invitation and the announcement of the event details must be distributed and made available on the appropriate time. Normally, at least 4 months before. So 4 months before the start the event, we have to send this all invitation to the federation or to the clubs, to the people who want to participate in this event. So we have at least 4 months before the start of the event, we have to send. The regulation shall be enforced with the effected for the event to be open for the bidding after the Krakow Presidential Board. So this starts after Presidential Board 2009. From that date, that year, they starting open the bidding. Before it was anybody can come during the Chess Olympiad and during the Congress, during the General Assembly. Who wants to organize? Each one said, raising hand, I will organize this, I will organize this. No, they have system, bidding system. So since 2009, you have to use this application for bidding and submit it to the FIDE. The regulation may be changed by the Presidential Board and take effect 3 months after such decisions are taken. So now they changed the name of Presidential Board. The name is correct name now is FIDE Council. Wherever necessary, the Presidential or FIDE Council reserve the right to make exception to the regulation. Okay, everywhere there are exception, but who has a right to make exception? Only FIDE Council. FIDE shall endeavor that this annual calendar planner be observed strictly and that the calendar administrator is authorized to recommend implement changes whether the necessary. So I saw you this link calendar, and we have official FIDE competition. The official FIDE competition, we have FIDE World Junior Under 20 Championship, FIDE World Youth Under 14, 16, 18 Championship, FIDE World Children Under 8, 10, 12 Chess Championship, FIDE World Schools Under 7, 9, 11, 13, 15. As you see, there is different between FIDE World Children and FIDE World School. What is different? The difference in the World Children is starting with the even the year. even the ages, under 8, under 10, under 12, under 14, under 16. While for the school start odd number, under 7, under 9, under 11, under 13, under 15. So this is the difference between two events. Then starting from under 7 until under 17 for world school. There's no under 10, no under 12, no under 18, and so on. So this is only stand with the odd number. FIDE World Youth Under 16 Chess Olympiad, and we have FIDE World Senior. We have over 50 or over 65 championship. You have FIDE World Amateur under 2000. So under 2000 we have, and championship, and FIDE World Cities Championship, and FIDE World Team Championship, over 50 and over 65 years old. Okay, I will give you a break, then we talking after break about the bids, deposit, and fees and form. So I will give you something about 10 to 15 minutes break, and after that we continue our lecture today. Thank you very much. Thank you, Mr. Rabbi.
Mr. Mahdi, shall we have a chance to speak or ask now, either by or by voice? Okay. This break, I'm going to allow guys to unmute themselves. Okay, now if anyone wants to say anything, then they can just